You know that heavy feeling in your chest when you're scrolling through Instagram on a Friday night? Everyone's out doing something amazing. And you're here, alone, wondering what's wrong with you. Half of us feel this way. Literally half. You're not broken. You're not weird. You're having the most common experience in modern life. But here's what nobody talks about. That crushing feeling isn't just sadness. It's your body screaming that something fundamental is missing. We used to live in tribes, in communities. Everyone knew everyone. Now, you can live somewhere for years and not know your neighbor's name. The funny thing is, we have more ways to connect than ever. Hundreds of apps, thousands of followers, endless messages. But it all feels empty. You're not imagining it. The emptiness is real. The loneliness is real. And it's not your fault. Chapter 1. Why your 500 friends feel like zero. Let's be honest. How many of your Facebook friends would you call if you had a real emergency? How many would show up if you needed help moving? Social media promised us connection. What it gave us was performance. We're all actors now, playing ourselves for an audience that's too busy performing to actually watch. Think about your last post. The anxiety of crafting the perfect caption. Checking back every few minutes for validation. That tiny dopamine hit from each like, followed by nothing. It's like eating cotton candy for dinner. Looks substantial, tastes sweet, but you're still starving afterward. We know our friends' highlight reels better than their real lives. We've replaced depth with breadth, quality with quantity, presence with posts. The worst part? We keep going back. We know it's making us lonelier, but what's the alternative? At least fake connection feels like something. Chapter 2. The slot machine in your pocket. Your phone is designed to be addictive. That pull to refresh gesture? Straight from Vegas. Same psychology, same addiction, same empty feeling afterward. We check our phones 96 times a day. Once every 10 minutes. Looking for what? We don't even know anymore. Remember phantom vibrations? When you feel your phone buzz, but it didn't. That's how desperate we've become for connection. We're literally imagining it. Every notification promises human contact. But it's usually just noise. An app wanting attention. A brand wanting money. Rarely an actual person wanting you. We've trained ourselves to prefer the fake stuff. Real conversations feel boring now. Real people can't compete with the constant stimulation. You can be at dinner with friends and still feel the pull to check your phone. The real people in front of you feel less real than the ghosts in your pocket. Chapter 3. Where did everyone go? Remember when people just showed up? When neighbors borrowed sugar? When kids played outside until dark? All those places where people naturally gathered, they're gone. The local barbershop, the corner store, the bench where old men played chess. Now everything's corporate. Coffee shops designed to turn tables quickly. Gyms where everyone wears headphones. Stores where self-checkout means you don't even talk to a cashier. We lost our third places. Those spaces between home and work where community happened naturally. Where you belonged without paying admission. From 2014 to 2019, before COVID even hit, time with friends dropped by over a third. We were already pulling apart. It's not that we don't want connection. It's that seeing friends now requires planning weeks ahead, spending money we don't have, traveling distances that exhaust us. Friendship became another thing to schedule, right between work meetings and grocery runs. Another task on the endless to-do list. Chapter 4. The Exhaustion Olympics. When did being tired become a badge of honor? When did busy become our default answer to, how are you? We're competing in some twisted game, where the winner is whoever sacrifices the most, sleeps the least, grinds the hardest. Rest feels like failure. Taking a break feels like falling behind. Even sleeping 8 hours feels indulgent. We watch influencers post their 4 a.m. morning routines and feel lazy for being human, for needing rest, for wanting more than productivity. 3/4 of us are burnt out, not tired, not stressed. burnt out, empty, running on fumes with nowhere to refuel. Work relationships don't fill the void. You can sit next to someone for years and know nothing real about them, just their coffee order and deadline stress. We're sacrificing connection for success, then using that success to buy things to fill the hole where connection should be. Chapter 5. Alone in the crowd. Cities promise community through proximity. Instead, we got millions of strangers avoiding eye contact. You can live in a building with hundreds of people and feel more alone than someone in the countryside. At least they know their neighbors exist. We've perfected the art of public solitude. Headphones in, eyes down, personal bubble intact. Don't talk to strangers. Don't make eye contact. Don't exist too loudly. The German language has a word for this. Großstadt-Einsamkeit. Big city loneliness. The specific isolation of being surrounded by humanity but touched by none of it. We're simultaneously overstimulated and underconnected. Too many people to process, too few to actually know. The city doesn't bring us together. It teaches us to tune each other out, to treat people as obstacles instead of opportunities. Want to level up your people skills? Join our YouTube membership for early access to scripts, input on future topics, and connection with a community that gets the social struggle. Click join below and let's master human interaction together. Chapter 6. The Comparison Trap. Social media turned life into a competition no one can win. Everyone else's life looks perfect, while yours feels like a mess. We're comparing our behind the scenes to everyone else's highlight reel. Our struggles to their successes. Our Monday to their vacation. FOMO isn't just missing parties. It's feeling like everyone else knows something you don't, has something you lack, belongs somewhere you can't find. The perfect life you're jealous of? They took 50 photos to get that one. They're comparing themselves to someone else too. We're all losing the same game. We've created this collective fiction. Everyone pretends to be thriving while secretly drowning. Everyone's lying, everyone knows it, but we can't stop. The comparison never ends because there's always someone doing better. Always another level you haven't reached. Always more to feel bad about. Chapter 7. Falling in love with ghosts. Be honest. Do you know more about your favorite YouTuber's life than your actual friends? Feel closer to podcast hosts than family members? We're forming deep emotional bonds with people who don't know we exist. Parasocial relationships. Imaginary friendships. Love affairs with ghosts. It feels safer. They can't reject you, can't disappoint you, can't leave you. They're always there, always consistent, always available. During the pandemic, this exploded. People formed deeper relationships with streamers than neighbors, found more comfort in fictional characters than real humans. That weird sadness when a show ends? That's real mourning. You're grieving the loss of relationships that never existed, but felt more real than reality. We're choosing predictable fantasy over messy reality, because real people are complicated. Real connection requires risk. Chapter 8. Love is a transaction. Dating apps turned romance into shopping. Swipe left, swipe right, add to cart, next day delivery. We have infinite option, but zero connection. 1,000 matches, but no one to call when you're sad. Everyone's disposable now. Why work through problems when you can just rematch? Why invest when there's always someone new? Ghosting became normal. Just disappearing. No explanation, no closure. Just silence where a person used to be. We're treating hearts like fast fashion. Wear once, discard, move on, always chasing the next thing, never appreciating what we have. The apps know this. They profit from your loneliness. Every failed connection keeps you swiping. Every ghost sends you back for more. Chapter 9. The Generation Gap. Your parents don't get it. They say just go make friends like it's 1985, like the world they navigated still exists. They had built-in community. Church, whether you believed or not. Unions, bowling leagues, block parties, infrastructure for connection. They worked one job for 30 years. Same coworkers, same town, same routes. We move every few years, change jobs constantly, never settle. Student debt means working multiple jobs. No time for hobbies, no money for activities, no energy for the luxury of friendship. They had third places. We have expensive coffee shops and gym memberships. They had community. We have subscriptions. It's not that we're worse at connection. It's that all the structures that made it easy are gone, and no one taught us how to build new ones. Chapter 10. We're wired for this. Here's what breaks my heart. We're literally built for connection. Every cell, every instinct, every part of us craves it. Humans have the longest childhood of any species. Not to learn math or language, to learn how to be together, how to belong. When someone hugs you, really hugs you, your whole body changes. Stress drops, healing accelerates, everything just works better. We mirror each other unconsciously. Yawning, laughing, crying. We're designed to feel together, to sync up, to become one tribe. Loneliness hurts physically, because for our ancestors, alone meant danger. Your body still thinks abandonment equals disaster. But these systems still work. One real conversation, one genuine laugh, one moment of true connection. Everything lights up. Everything remembers. We haven't lost the ability. It's just buried under years of screens and schedules and substitutes. So what do we actually do? How do we fix this mess we're in? First, stop blaming yourself. This isn't personal failure. It's systemic breakdown. The whole world is lonely with you. Start embarrassingly small. Eye contact with one person. A real smile at the barista. Saying good morning to a stranger. Create tiny rituals. Same coffee shop, same time, same park bench for lunch. Same walking route. Let people start recognizing you. Put the phone down. Not forever. Just sometimes. Meals. First hour of morning. 1 day a week. Give reality a chance. Risk rejection. Text first. Suggest plans. Show up. Be the one who tries. Most people are waiting for someone else to go first. Find your third place, or make one. Start a book club, a walking group, a weekly game night. Build what's missing. Lower your standards. You don't need a best friend. You need a familiar face, a regular hello, a tiny thread of connection. Remember, everyone's drowning. That person you're scared to talk to, they're lonely too. That friend you haven't called, they're waiting. Connection doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be real. Awkward is fine. Embarrassing is fine. Human is enough. Because the alternative is this emptiness, this aching, this pretending we're fine while we're all slowly disappearing. So please, after this video ends, don't click the next one. Text someone, call someone, walk outside. Be awkward, be human, be connected. Learn something new? Hit that like button, share it with others, tap subscribe, and stick around for more. Got thoughts? I'd love to hear them in the comments.